Hi, and welcome to the training video for creating a service requisition for the biomedical team using footprints. The first step is to go to the internet and click on the HTTM Service Desk Self-Serve Portal icon. Once we've clicked on the Self-Serve Portal icon, we'll be prompted to log in to Footprints. If you have a user ID and password, please enter it and click Login. If you're new to Footprints, please click New Users Sign Up here. We'll have to enter in all the new user registration information, beginning with the account setup. All the red fields here are mandatory and must be entered. We will not be able to complete the new user registration unless all those fields have been entered. Once we've entered the information, we will not need to re-enter it each consecutive time we log into Footprints. It will automatically populate for us once we've entered it once and saved it. So to begin with the account setup information, for your email address, if you have a Meditech Mox email, it's going to be your Meditech mnemonic at mox.easternhealth.ca. Or if you have an Eastern Health Outlook account, it's going to be your first name dot last name at easternhealth.ca. And your password is going to be your domain password. That's the password you use when you log into your computer. Under personal data, fill out the red fields because these are mandatory, and your user ID is going to be either your Meditech mnemonic if you have a Mox email, or it's going to be your first name dot last name if you have an Outlook account. Once all the red fields have been entered, we're going to click Go, and this will save all the information in Footprints for us. I've already created my account in Footprints, so I'm going to log in. When you log into Footprints, the first thing that you're going to see as you log in is going to be a current global ticket window. And this current global ticket window is basically showing us any tickets that are involving a large number of end users. They're not going to be relating to us right now, so we're going to close it. The first step is to go to the drop-down menu, and you'll notice that all the BM are all biomed. So they're all separated. So biomed, community health, biomedical dialysis, move, health science, and so on and so forth. So please select the one that's of relevance to you. And the most crucial step in creating your service requisition is once we've selected from the drop-down menu, it's very important to click here. So we need to click here. If we don't click here, we're not going to have our service requisitions completed properly. So it's very important to ensure that we click here. Once we click here, we'll notice that the request description automatically populates. So it's health science, biomed, dialysis, equipment, repair. We can add to this description or we can leave it as is. So I'm going to just say broken equipment. Now all the red fields are mandatory, so they're all filled out for contact information. Those are filled in. Under ticket information, the employee ID will need to be entered with every service requisition. So enter in your employee ID number. Under employee ID, we're going to see special forms. And these are used for biomed service requisitions. So there's two for biomed. There's biomed dialysis and there's biomed general service request. So depending on whether or not your service requisition you're creating is for dialysis, you would choose the dialysis one. If it's anything other than dialysis, we're going to use the biomedical general service request. So given that this example is for biomedical dialysis, once I've selected the special form, I'm going to click Edit Dependent Fields. When I click Edit Dependent Fields, this is what we're going to see. And we need to enter in all the red fields essentially because those are mandatory. So request or alternate would be someone that you're working with, somebody else that's aware of the issue. So in this case I said it was a broken piece of equipment. So I'm going to write down basically someone that I work with that is aware of the same issue. So if I happen to be not working that day or vacation, sick leave, whatnot, we can at least contact somebody that is aware of the issue if we have any questions. So put in the person's name, their extension, and basically this is request a time of move or installation. This is if you wanted a machine moved at a certain amount of time. You'd click here and it will prompt you to the date. So for example, today is Tuesday the 28th, and if it was a certain time that we needed it, we would say, for example, 4 o'clock p.m. Once we've selected everything, we click go. The thing is, you can't backdate. It has to be either present or future. So we're going to click go. So once all these fields are filled out, it's really important to click save. And next we move down to our user notes. So this is where we give a detailed description of what's going on with the equipment. So we can say broken equipment. We can just give a description of what. And I mean, the more details the better, really. So once we filled out user notes, and again that's a red field so it needs to be entered, we move down to attachments. If there's any attachments that we need to add, we can do it here. If you have a picture of the broken equipment, if you have anything associated with it that you would like to add, you can do so here. Next, underneath attachments would be notifications. For the notifications, here's where we would enter in the email address of somebody we want to make aware of the problem. So for example, if we wanted to notify our manager, our supervisor, we would enter their email address here, and they would receive the email that we've created to service requisition. So once we've entered that email address, we're going to click save. If we've forgotten to fill out any of the fields that are in red, it will tell us. So we've basically filled out everything, and this has created our service requisition. So that requisition will directly be sent to biomed. If you want to keep an eye on all of your requisitions that you've been creating, there's an option up top next to the home key. It's called View Mine, and you can click on View Mine, and this will basically give you a list of all the service requisitions that you've put in to date and the status of them, and you can basically click on them and you can go in and you can view all the history. So if you're wondering what's going on, you can basically look here and you can kind of see what's been happening with the piece of equipment. So it's a great resource to have for sure. And if you have any questions with regards to anything to do with footprints, you can contact your local biomed, or you can contact Stephanie Roberts at extension 6569. We would be happy to assist you in any way. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this training video.